Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Everybody hear me? Hi. Well, I am Sharice Jefferson. I'm an enrolled agent and co owner of Tax Lady 2 Union County. It's a pleasure to be speaking with each of you just to give you an idea on how to scale your virtual tax return preparation business to six-figure profits. It can be done. I am a witness. Thank God. And so I am just here. You are at liberty to ask me any questions that you have. I'm a pretty transparent person. And I just want to let you guys know that each and every one of you can do it. I am quite special, but I'm not more special than you are. So we'll jump right into it. So, first and foremost, when you want to begin to scale your business, the first thing that you need to do is expand your services and your revenue streams. Okay. And what do I mean by that? So we're all venturing into the tax return preparation business, but there are other things in that body of work that you can include. One of them, so like when you're running a virtual tax business, consider adding year-round services that build recurring revenue and client loyalty. And here are some key ones. Bookkeeping, right? You could do monthly or quarterly. Virtual bookkeeping services keep clients organized. And so at the end of the year, when they come to you, a small business owner, when they come to you with their documents, it's not a pile of papers that they expect to go through at no charge. Typically, what we do is, well, in the beginning, what we began to do was say to them, hey, so the cost of your tax return preparation is going to be this amount. But because you gave me your books to create your Schedule C worksheet with, I need to charge you a bookkeeping fee. A bookkeeping costs this amount per month, and you gave me 12 months. That is going to add that fee to your tax prep fee. Once they're in shock, they're like, oh my gosh. Well, if you'd like to have us set you up with a service agreement for the year, right? You want us to set you up for a service agreement for the year. That can bring down your tax prep fee with the bookkeeping, but you need to sign a contract for that now so that we don't have this problem moving forward. It's an annual revenue stream, and it's actually very good for your business if you think about it, and it will help alleviate those problems later on. Virtual payroll. Virtual payroll can also apply to small businesses, medium businesses, large businesses. Virtual payroll, there's software that can help you with the necessary withholding. You do a nice onboarding, and then you're again available to your clients. They're in touch with you all year round because, of course, they want to make sure their people get paid. We have a number of clients that maybe inadvertently or unbeknownst to themselves set up as an S Corp and they're not doing payroll. Well, here's a way that you can help them. You can help them by offering that payroll service, and it's virtual again. You onboard the clients, and it keeps you in touch with them, and it's another revenue stream. Tax planning. Tax planning. It's something that we do inadvertently when we are talking with our clients, when we're preparing them or preparing their tax returns. So you basically schedule proactive and remote tax planning services and sessions to help them throughout the year with tax savings, to help with their liability, different payments that they may be responsible for. And this can vary as it pertains to a Schedule C business owner, a partnership, an S Corp. It can vary. So you want to be aware. And in the beginning, you may need to partner with someone like an enrolled agent or someone that has that in their will set so that you can learn from them. And don't be afraid to pay for mentoring. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself, because in the long run, you're able to ask for the prices that you want to charge because you know what you put in to get what you know. So that's something that's extremely important. Another way to scale your business: audit representation. Audit representation, or just tax liability representation. I don't know if all of you know, the enrolled agent, that's what I am. So people, a lot of times they'll say, oh, I want a CPA. And I'm here to tell you that that's great. However, an enrolled agent is licensed by the Internal Revenue. I had to take all of the same exams that a CPA would have to take, but I have to know the law in every state and other countries as well. And in fact, I have some CPAs whose tax returns I prepare because they don't want to be bothered with tax law. They don't mind counting at all, but I am absolutely astute in tax law and just having that information, constantly educating myself, and I'm required to as an enrolled agent. Okay. And so right now, and so when I go back to that audit representation and just representation in general for tax resolution, when clients are getting these letters now that the Internal Revenue has bulked up their collections, it's post-COVID for them. They stopped collecting, but they have ramped it up. January of this year, they sent out notices to let us all know, hey, we're getting back in the saddle and we're coming for our money. So those people, your clients, are getting those letters. You can talk with them, help them come up with a plan as to how they're going to satisfy their liabilities. It might be an offer in compromise. It might be a streamlined payment plan, any of those things. And again, remembering we're scaling our business, right? We're scaling it. And so representation for me can be upwards of $8,000 to $10,000, contingent upon the business, the bill that the client has and the work that they're going to need me to do. And I'm definitely willing to chat with anybody. Of course, there are certain things that you're going to need to do if you don't have an enrolled agent license or a CPA or attorney. Then you're going to need to partner with someone such as myself to do that representation part of the business. But it is another way to scale six figures. Absolutely. And lastly, but not least, in terms of expanding services and revenue streams, is financial and CFO services. A lot of organizations need chief financial officers. They need someone who can put together a profit and loss statement, create forecasting and budgeting, just overall health picture of the organization. And it could be from a small one that's trying to get a grant with the SBA or organizations in their local area, or it could be a larger one that's looking for funding elsewhere. Financial and CFO services serve as you serve as a person who is on top of the financials of the organization and able to respond at the drop of a dime. So those are the ways that you can expand your services and your revenue streams. That's as we're on the scaling. And like I said, I have 5 key points around that. So those services will help to diversify your income, of course, and help your clients see you as irreplaceable. They can see you as a reliable one-stop shop for everything financial. It's extremely helpful, and it can validate the prices that you charge for your service. I don't know if you guys want to ask any questions right now, but if not, I can move on. I'll give you a sec or two if anybody has any questions, just for that section. Okay. I don't see anything. So I'll move on to the next. The second part of scaling your business is building a remote team. Okay. It's extremely important to have a team that can, because we can't do every single thing all the time, right? And it takes sometimes it takes some time and it takes some momentum building, but having people that you can use, I can definitely hear you. Have some. I can. Well, can they hear me? You're not saying can they hear? Yes. I hope they can hear me. um, but building a scalable team. As your client base grows, you need a team. You're going to hire contractors and virtual assistants, people that are good at what you do, and you set it up. You set it up so that you can review what they send out before it goes out. But of course, that would involve great interviewing, wonderful onboarding with people, and making sure that your team is aligned with like-minded individuals, right? Okay. Like-minded individuals. Make sure that can they hear me now? Okay, great. Like-minded individuals, people who understand the goal, have in view the plan, and knowing their plan. Even you guys, when you're onboarding, when you're creating a team, you guys sitting down so that they can determine, and you two together can determine what their intended goal is for the season. Making sure that they understand what your goal is and you finding out what their goal is so that you guys meet in the middle and make it happen. So it's mutually beneficial. That's extremely important. Getting a great team will free up your time as an owner, as a business owner, for high level services. Okay. And so that's extremely important. Another thing that's important in terms of getting a team are your training programs. Okay. Establish a virtual onboarding and training system so that team members know your standards and comply with tax regulations. All of us know that we're supposed to do our AFSP. We have to have a P10 that is working. Our tax bills need to be cared for so that we are not precluding ourselves from the ability to prepare tax returns. All of that's important. And one thing that's with my firm, we have membership with the National Association of Enrolled Agents for Education, the National Society of Tax Professionals, and the National Association for Tax Professionals, all of which you can get memberships. You pay your annual fee, and they serve all kinds of classes. You could take Schedule C audits and how to complete a Schedule E, or just how to prepare a tax return. If you wanted to venture into corporate side, how to prepare an 1120S or a 1065. All of those are classes that are available with each of those organizations, and it is absolutely impeccable. I mentioned in the first section how important it is to have a mentor. If you don't do well necessarily with people, join organizations where you can get the information that you need so that, again, you prove invaluable to your clients. All right. If you have a well-trained remote team, you can absolutely handle more clients and provide consistent, quality, and efficient service. That is tantamount in what we do. And it makes us, it sets us out, it sets us apart from everyone else. So again, just make sure that you are continuing to educate yourself. You're going to hear me say that time and time again throughout this presentation, but make sure that you keep your skill set tight. Any possible education that you can get around this work that we do, get it, whether it's paid or unpaid. All kinds of software trainings, all sorts of, I gave you some groups and there are others. So we can talk about that after the presentation. The third thing for scaling your business, ladies and gentlemen, is automation. Automation, automation, automation. When you are doing the same thing over and over again, you create a system, obviously, right? So automate some of those things if you can. It's vital in virtual tax business. The goal is to avoid repetitive data entry, and it allows you to focus solely on tax prep and transmission. Seamless software integration. Use a CRM or customer relation management software to upload your client's information, to manage their data, their document storage and communication in one place. It's extremely important to streamline that document collection and retention information. You have it there with the software that we use. You can upload your documents, and once you complete the return, it is there on the cloud in perpetuity for the client. They don't have, once you, especially when you onboard them through our apps, they don't have to call you 7 million times like the client I had this morning that asked, can I have another copy of my return? I had to remind them that I had provided 3 already and that they also uploaded their documents into our portal. So if they took a moment, they could go to the portal and see the document, the same thing that I was going to send them. I did, of course, send it again, but there was a note attached that any further copies will require a fee. Okay. So that's something that is another thing. But we always want to make ourselves available to the client, but we don't want to allow them the space to abuse that availability. Okay. All right. And so automation frees you from administrative tasks. It allows you to serve more clients, right? So we talked about seamless software integration and AI. Everyone today has some exposure to AI. It's become immeasurably important to my firm. It helps me with things. And something that you want to know is that you teach whatever AI platform you're using, you teach it how to answer your questions. The more information that you put in, the more information they will know to provide with you. It's an investment. Yes, a monthly investment. You can get it for a monthly fee. There are free programs, but you invest in it. There are all types of AI platforms that can help you to that end. One caveat, please be sure if and when yes, absolutely. Please be sure if and when you use it that you do not include personal information. Make sure that PII, you guys will know what that is personally identifying information. We cannot, we should not, we will not put personal information in because we put that out in the cloud, right? We want to make sure that we use generics. No person's social security numbers, no person's name, make up a name, but the scenario can be specific, but just edit the names of the people for protection, edit the numbers, but you can put your scenario in and it will create. Making sure, now, another thing, I do want to make sure you guys, when I said I would talk about education. So AI is brilliant. We teach it what to spit out, okay? Make sure that when you use AI, that you know about what you're asking about. And fact check, okay? Because you don't want to get this whole soliloquy and then there'll be some information that was someone's opinion. You want to fact check before you present that information as present that information as gospel or canon. Okay, so just remember that. And last but not least, under automating key business processes, you want to secure your document management. Use cloud-based platforms like DocuSign or Google Workspace to securely store and share sensitive information, ensuring compliance and easy access, right? It frees you from those tasks, as I said, and it allows you to serve more clients. Making sure one of the things that we have a requirement is a WISP. It's a security protocol, right? We have to have that as tax professionals in our offices. What we intend to do, God forbid, a data breach or any of those scenarios. So you want to make sure that you're using secure platforms to retain and distribute information as it pertains to your clients. So that's the third group of key ideas. Any questions on that, or should I keep going? All right. Okay, no worries. All right. Key 4. Establishing SOPs. Awesome. Thank you. Establishing SOPs. Everyone, no matter where we've worked, we know standard operating procedures, right? We know what they are. We know how we should implement them in our businesses. It allows you to scale and deliver consistent service, right? So if it's tax prep, you define a streamlined process covering intake, data collection, tax prep, review, right? So we know that. So it's intake, collection, tax prep, review. That's going to be across the board all the time. So we're making sure that, hey, Mrs. John Doe comes in, we onboard her, we do our intake, asking questions, and you can set up a script. You can set up, most people what do they call those? I can't remember off the top of my head. Intake form, a client intake form. And you have all of that information there. If you need, after a while, it becomes like a script. You know it. It's off the top of your tongue. Yes, perfect. Awesome. You're going to get that tomorrow. So yay, awesome. So the great thing is that we are aligned as an organization. We make sure, so we're all doing the same things. Our standard operating procedures are across the board. So that's pretty awesome. So you know that. So you onboard your client, you make sure that they feel welcomed and they're informed with consistent onboarding. It makes sure it's consistent, even if they're a repeat client. So when they come next year, they know, hey, Ms. Sharice is going to sit down and she's going to ask me questions. We do not assume that everything remained the same. We do not make those assumptions. We make sure that we say, hey, oh yeah, Mrs. Jefferson, you got married last year. So are we filing joint return this year? Any new property acquisitions? Did you open any new businesses? We're asking those questions. Most people, they are on the go. And when you're doing it virtually, remember, so you can do that via Zoom. You can do it through, Microsoft Teams and all that kind of stuff. So you can do it, let them see your face. Hey, are you anything new? Let's talk about any changes. Or you already have your note sheet, so you can ask, did anything change with this? Did your address change? Is your driver's license still the same? Oh, or I saw you can make notes when you're preparing. So you can say, hey, your last year was the expiration date for your driver's license. Did you get a new one? We need that, right? And you can make that a part of it, but make it conversational so that even though they're being interviewed, you're able to just convey it personally, right? And you're making your notes that you're going to enter under the due diligence part, right? You're making your notes because that's what you're going to put in. Hey, we talked about this, client moved, All of those things are there so that the reasons why you do whatever you do on the tax return, it is noted. This is why I didn't make up an address out of the blue. Client advised that they moved in January. Client advised that they moved in March, whatever. All of those things are in your notes, right? And that's a part of the onboarding process. And last but not least, under the standard operating procedures, quality control checks, right? So we need to make sure that we have a review process to reduce errors, making sure that somebody's checking our check, if that makes sense, right? Maybe in many offices, everything is in caps, so that, and so someone is checking to make sure everything is in caps. That notes, due diligent notes are on the return. That the banking information is correct. That the closeout was sent. The copy of the return was sent. All of those things are in place so that we know if someone questions us, if anything happens, because we follow those procedures on a repeated basis, we know, oh, without a shadow of a doubt, we sent a copy, we had an exit letter, we interviewed, all of those things. So we make that repetitive, but we do it so much so, and everyone knows that it's required before it goes out. And we can note when we're doing that. So that's extremely important. And after a while, you get a stride. You hit a stride with it, and it becomes second nature. It may sound like a lot, but it becomes, honestly, I can assure you that it becomes second nature. So as we're talking about expanding our business and scaling our businesses, this topic right here is near and dear to my heart, and it's expanding your client base nationwide. Okay. The world, honestly, because it's virtually, the world is our backyard. The world is our market. In the United States of America and in other places, one of the things that we have to understand is that there are taxes. There are income taxes, there are estate taxes, there are gift taxes. Everything has some sort of tax on it, right? Import, export, all of that. And so each person will have some need to get that cared for. And with virtual tools, we're no longer limited to the clients around the corner. Tax Lady 2 Union County is the name of my firm, but we have clients everywhere. We have clients in all of the 50 states. We have clients in Mexico and Canada. We have clients international, even further international, as far as Africa. So your backyard, you're no longer just restrained or constrained by the people across the street that walk past your brick and mortar. You can have clients anywhere, and you have to remain abreast of the tax laws in those places, right? We have a large traveling nurse clientele, and they're all over the place. And so we need to be aware. So those tax returns, you have your federal, you have your state where they live, and then all of the states that they may have worked in on that return. And so, yeah, don't limit yourself. It's limitless. So just know that. So you can strengthen the way that we do that, things that we do besides the referrals, which are absolutely near and dear to us. When people bring us their family and friends and their cousins and uncles and this guy they met on the bus, that's wonderful for us. But ways you can strengthen your online presence. Tax professionals, don't wait until November to start posting on your business website. They need to know that you're around all year with questions, with making a note to say, hey, the deadline for not-for-profits is this day. Extensions are due this day, reminding them of your presence and your availability. My small business owners, how I scale myself and how I've scaled my business is at tax prep is finished usually by April, May, right? However, July and August, I schedule with temperature checks for my small business owners. They can schedule an hour consult with me, bring in their books, and we can review them. Take a look at where they are as they are handling their books and their estimated tax payments that they should have been making, how many they should have made by now, and what they can expect to pay for the rest of the year. If it's a individual, we can look at their pay stubs to make sure that what they're withholding based on what their goal was, what they're withholding is going to give them the desired result, right? So those are things, again, by expanding your client base. People, they get lawsuits, they take money out of their 401k. By expanding our client base, they make sure that they give Tax Lady 2 Union County a call before they make that move so that we can provide them instruction as to how to proceed with the taxes that they're withholding, right? Okay. Automated referrals. Automated referrals have proved countless for us. When we have a system that automatically will give discount to a client, and it takes some working, but if a client refers, the new client will say that they were referred by ABC. We note that on the record, and once their work is completed, we apply a specific referral discount amount to said clients, existing clients' file, so that when they come for their prep, it's there. Some people have worked it so much in terms of the referrals that their fee could be free. It happens all the time. But that's wonderful because another client, they pay it forward for us with sending us the client. So it works. It's a win-win ultimately. Virtual consultations. You guys know that's what we're doing. We're talking about scaling a virtual business. So everything online, right? Some people, some people are good with, I have to take that later. Some people are good with, send it to a message. Some people are good with handling things virtually, but they're not great with, they may be good to going online, right? Or Zoom or StreamYard or whatever, but they're not really tech savvy as it pertains to uploading a document or whatever. We can even do, with our new business, we can even do some consultation and show them, share our screen, share whatever the software is to show them how to get their information to us. And it's all from the safety, or all from the, maybe not safety, but all from the security of our own homes. Each of us can, and we can help our clients that way. But it helps to, Microsoft Teams was it? I just saw my notes there. But you can serve people across the world, and it's wonderful. The last thing when I'm talking about expanding your client base nationwide is niche marketing. Niche marketing. When we started Tax Lady 2 Union County, we knew that we wanted to reach people in different areas, right? So the first thing that we did was, hey, daycares, daycares. And what is going to make a daycare owner put our flyer up in their in their office? We brought lunch to the daycare for the workers, and we promised the daycare owner, if for every flyer, for every client that came and told us that they were there because of ABC's Garden of Promise daycare, we would donate monies to that organization. We would donate monies towards that daycare. And when I tell you that went over like gangbusters, why not put, all they had to do is put the little flyer in little Timmy's bag, right? When mom came to pick them up, staple it to the note, the progress notes that they had for the day, right? Staple it to them, and they came. We definitely, and we did quite well. Not only were the daycare owners buying in, but so were the workers. Oh yeah, go to those tax ladies. They brought us lunch the other day. We still have those clients and their families and their friends to date. So absolutely come up with something, come up with associations and affiliations that you have, and grab your niche, right? I have to tell you guys, on last Friday, I went to an adult industry themed conference, not conference, but it was like an expo. Yeah, it was in Edison, New Jersey, and they have it every year. And it was adult entertainment. So your minds, just imagine what was there. All kinds of things were there. Just all kinds of things. But one thing that I was floored by, and I'm like, how did I never guess this or think to do this? There was a tax professional booth in the expo. So all of the people that were there in those varying industries that couldn't even think of where to go to get their taxes, tax returns prepared, to help with their books, there was a tax professional in there. And that is their niche. I said, oh my goodness, I'm going to be there next year. I'm going to have a booth in there next year. But it was brilliant. All thousands of people in the adult entertainment industry. When I'm telling you, from enhancements to costumes to just people that might not want to come into your office per se and disclose what they do for a living. There was a tax professional booth in the expo, like, hey, we take you here, come see us. Yeah, brilliant. And when I say niche marketing, yeah, that was niche marketing at its best. So consider that. Think about all the different things that you may be involved in. No, I'm a notary, and I've begun to do some collaboration with a person that teaches loan signing and title processing. I've begun to do some collaboration because I know, as a notary, the things that are expensible for us. And so she's like, well, why aren't you advertising to that group as well? So that'll be something new that Tax Lady 2 Union County will be endeavoring towards. So considering niche marketing. Now, and a note that I put here for myself was, so in expanding your client base nationally, it increases revenue potential while reducing dependency on local markets, right? So if you have clients everywhere, you'll have clients everywhere. And that's a wonderful thing. All right. The last topic, and I know, oh, I'm 42 minutes. I got to hurry up because I got to give you guys time for questions. Continuing education and skill development. Guys, that is extremely important. Skill set building and education is tantamount to your success. I have no qualms about what my charge is, what my prices are, because I know what it took for me to get the skill set to charge what I charge. I don't negotiate with my prices. The price is the price. And I can tell you why. The price is the price. I say oftentimes to my clients that I am not cheap, but I am absolutely a bargain considering what you will get. So make sure that you continue to educate yourself. Make sure when the update classes happen, you are on them. Again, I told you that there are organizations that have free classes and paid classes. Take a mixture of them. Take them. You need that. You need those hours anyway. So get the education. Like I mentioned, NAEA, NATP, and NSA. They offer valuable training and certification programs to keep your knowledge fresh and invest in technology. Integrate advanced tax software, AI powered document management, and research databases. These tools save time on routine tasks, enabling you to focus on complex client needs and overall business growth. Continued education boosts your credibility and it helps retain clients by offering them the best possible service. Candide says, the best of all possible worlds is what we want to offer our clients. And when they refer to Tax Lady 2, Union County, we know that that is what they think of. They know, hey, let me check with those tax ladies. They're going to make sure I'm good on every frame. And education helps us do that. One of our slogans is, it's about more than a refund. It's absolutely about more than a refund, because when you win, we win, right? And winners promote winners. That's just the way it goes. Understand that. So in conclusion, scaling a virtual tax prep business to six-figure profits is more than just gaining clients. It's about creating diversified income streams, implementing automation, building a reliable remote team, and strengthening your online presence. By focusing on strategic growth, you'll create a sustainable, profitable business that serves clients effectively, no matter where you or they are. Guys, remember, your business's strength lies in the systems that you implement, the value added services you offer, and the lasting relationships you cultivate with clients. Invest in those areas, and you'll be on the path to six-figure success. I did it. So can you. Thank you, guys.
Oops, hold on. Sorry. All right, a little bit of technical difficulty. This has been amazing. My phone has been blowing up, and I have some questions for you. And also, I want to give everyone on the chat the opportunity, if you want to come live with enrolled agent Sharice Jefferson, please turn on your camera, wave your hand. But if not, then we're just going to go to the questions I got some questions. It's amazing when you become a student to your students. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Because Sharice was once my student. Sharice is amazing. And now I'm her student. I love it. I love it. And my desire for each of you that's watching this is that I one day be your student. Amazing. So the first question, I know, oh, we still have people logging on. If you're just joining us, guys, just know that you will get the replay. This was such an amazing session today. So we want to make sure that you don't miss anything. So we will definitely be sending you guys the replay. Now, one of the questions that I'm going to go ahead and ask that I got, she's unable to come on camera. So she wants to know more information about the automation. Actually, two people asked about the SOP and automation. They were like, okay, what was it? I'm sorry. Hold on. SOP and AI. Okay, the more information about the SOPs and AIs, which the SOPs, you guys will get more information on that tomorrow. We will be giving you more information on that and actually giving you PDFs that you all will include and save as files. And it's company wide. Wouldn't you say, Sharice? That we all have created the system, and it is something that is definitely duplicatable. So that part is going to be easy for you, unless Sharice has other SOPs that you want to add. But one of the questions that they wanted to know is, give us more details about what automations you use that has helped to improve your tax business.
Absolutely. So some of the automations that I use now, I want to make sure that I'm reminding you guys that I did speak to investing, right? So they are not free all the time, right? Some of the automating systems are not free. I use things like Canopy. I use things like Salesforce. We input our information in and we create the processes that way. If you, yeah, honestly speaking, we have to be prepared to invest. Honestly speaking, it's not always easy peasy, but they have varying price ranges, right? So as you continue to scale your business, you could start with like a chat GPT. I mentioned that for you. You could start there and ask it to create a SOP for you. Put in specifically the things, teaching your chat GPT, teaching it what you want included, and then have it created, and then making sure that you go in and tweaking everything, right? There are some free chat GPT software platforms, and there are others that are paid. So just considering that. And it can create it. We've been doing this for a little while. So as Ms. B said, we have SOPs that exist there. So we have different things that we use. Our software has a process. It's not automated, but you don't have to put your hands on it necessarily for the onboarding portion for your client. They can input their stuff, and then you can, based on what they put there, ask your questions. But once you create a system, it's extremely helpful to put it, like I said, all types of software where you can, once that system is created, you put the steps in, and then it can create that for you, and you can link the different programs to make that happen for you. I hope that was clear. My mind is all over. I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I don't want to spend the money, so I can't do this. So
And then absolutely. And then they'll get there because there are people that are just starting. And so we're going to help them out a lot. Just like, and that's what we do with all the new people. So all of your systems are already created for you to have success in the business. So we are definitely going to pass that on to you. But like Sharice said, that as you continue to go on, definitely begin to create systems that will help to improve processes for you. Like, for example, right now we're using PandaDocs. So we talked yesterday about the app. So each office will have their app for that particular location. So you will be able to send over, along with the templates that I sent you yesterday, Like I said, don't leave my link there. You want to replace it with your own link, okay? So once they get your link, you can then automate that in ManyChat, something as simple as ManyChat. And they can send that out to you. Once they get that link, that they start uploading their information. Once it gets uploaded, they give you that 6-digit code, and then you go into the software, and once you have that 6-digit code, it'll pull over all of your clients' information for you. So that's the good thing about that. And also onboarding, we have that ready for you as well. So you'll have the consent forms. Every single client that gets done has to have consent forms as well. So you'll have that, banking information, permission for you to be able to do their taxes so you won't get sued later. So all those things we do definitely have for you. So yeah, so that is good as well. So in terms of Sharice, do you have a particular, I know you did say, hold on. Natasha, if you're listening, I do not have her number, unfortunately. So you'll have to put a test number in there. Sorry about that, guys. But you did mention also about, oops, I'm sorry. Let me go back to her question. AI, you mentioned chat GPT. So is there any particular chat GPT that you recommend? Can they see the app logo or something that you use if you
So
recommend that?
Chat GPT.
Yeah, which one would you recommend that
So I
they
use
start
so for a free one, I use chatgpt.com. You can go right on to it. I'll type it in the chat.
I gotcha.
Okay, yeah, chatgpt.com. You go
Mhm.
right there and just go in there and put, yep, that's exactly it. And just go in and play around, right? And you can um, ask it anything. One day, that's another one. Yes. One day, I wanted to write a letter to someone. And it was, I wasn't feeling warm and fuzzy. It was a letter, like a response to a client.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling warm and fuzzy, right? But I needed to remain professional. So I told them, make this professional.
Mhm.
And it created a brilliant response. And now that's in my template of letters for
I
that type
love
of question,
it.
right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, just go in and you can introduce yourself to the chat GPT. You can tell them who you are, what your credentials are, who I own the business, I'm an enrolled agent, I'm a notary, I'm a blah, blah, blah. I'm all of these things, and have that attitude come through in your response.
Yes.
You can also
Thank
say,
you.
I'm frustrated with the number of times this client has asked me this question. I want to convey that professionally. And what it will do is it will generate a fact that there'll be a fee the next time you ask me. It will it will generate those responses for you in a way that is not ostracizing, right? But definitely go into that they're there, it's there. Don't be afraid of those things. Remember again, I said keep the PII out of it, please, because those things, all of us are teaching the AI everything at any given time, right? So our opinions and our ideas pervade. So if you say that Sharice Jefferson was an annoying client and she did blah 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 blah, right? And she did blah 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 blah. So then someone says, you decide to go in. Dr. Belinda goes in and says, give me a letter for an annoying client. Well, AI knows I was listed as an annoying client. that you might get a letter that says, "Dear Sharice Jefferson." You don't want that. You want to make sure that the anonymity remains intact. So remember that. Make sure you keep the PII out of anything that you are putting in. Remember to do that. That's a SOP that I need you to indelibly get in your brain. Do not forget to keep the person's uh, information out. Absolutely, to just protect yourself and your client, because
Okay.
identity is real, and we're required by Circular 230 to adhere to that, right? So we have to
Mhm.
make sure that we keep our clients' information protected. Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then you guys will learn more too, as well, about ethics and compliance in the tax industry during the corporate training. So if you haven't already, everyone that's a part of this class, you will get the expert training for the basic price up until, and a lot of you know that the prices do change. So if you got in at the special rate for this class, which was $97, I'm sorry, it may have changed for those who signed up later. So make sure that you get in while that rate is available for you all, because that is definitely a bargain. I like how Sharice said that. I am not cheap, but I am a bargain. Hi! Owen. Okay. So I also want to mention as well that we are about closing. So I'm going to remove myself from the stage and then let Sharice close out. However, I do want to mention that whenever you are doing ChatGPT, and then we can actually go on live in the private Facebook group, Sharice, and talk more about training them how to train ChatGPT, because it's quite simple, but you want to use words like, please make sure that this is unplagiarized. Make sure that this content is original. And you can also use ChatGPT when creating your marketing plan. Understand that ChatGPT is absolutely amazing for marketing. You guys got all of the marketing homework from yesterday, and you're going to be real busy. 3 posts. Okay, you're going to need ideas. So ChatGPT can help you to scale your business in that way by helping you come up with ideas. So, Sharice, thank you so much for everything. This has been amazing. I've been getting text messages and emails saying that this information is valuable, and that the information is awesome. I've heard valuable. Let me just be specific because I don't want to make anything up. Uh, awesome information. Oh, this is very, very good. They love it. Can we talk to her again later? Like, yeah. So I'm going to remove myself from the stage so that you can continue to close out, and we will close out. And thank you so much. This has been amazing. Again, guys, look for Sharice on social media as well. You can find her at Sharice Jefferson, and also follow their company page, because they're a very, very, very good company on social media to mimic yourself, or to emulate actually on social media as well. They have one of her partner, which is her sister Sharonda, is pretty much like, she's amazing at marketing. So she'll be also talking more about marketing in the private group as well. And we love it because she always gives us tips all throughout the year. So we absolutely love her for that and everything she brings to the table. So thank you so much, Sharice. I'll be removing myself from the stage so you can go ahead and close out. And, and someone just said great presentation. So congratulations.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for the opportunity to chat with you guys. It's always a pleasure. This is one of the things that I love to do. And I'm more than happy to share what I know, to give you insight, to give you tips, and to give you marching orders, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate your close attention. I appreciate your accolades and your compliments. Thank you so much. And like I said, guys, you can do it. It's not impossible to foster and facilitate healthy relationships with any taxing organizations, IRS, state, and local government, it's not impossible to foster that and also garner a living wage, right? So guys, all the best in everything that you do. You can do it. I promise you, you can do it. Yes, I am special, but I am not more special than you. So you guys have an amazing day on purpose, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon. So long.